Welcome to Go For Your Life. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving me your listening ears. Woohoo! This is a podcast for everyone, about everything, and it's to encourage, inspire, uplift you to go for your life. And it is presented and hosted by myself, Caro, and my sweet dog, Sparky. Give it up for him. I hope you're ready. Enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Go For Your Life. And we have a connection to New York or New Jersey. I never know.
New York.
New York. Yes. That place that I love so much. I would move there tomorrow, my friend. Oh my God. Yes.
Awesome. Come hang out.
Yes. So so today's an episode about hip hop, and I'm super excited because I have my co-host, which isn't just Sparky. I have two co-hosts because I always have Sparky, so he's around.
Sparky's the first one.
Definitely. He's around, and then there's Miguel here as well, co-hosting, and we are connecting to New York with BS. David Bradshaw, known as, what is it? The only
BS you can trust.
That's it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to get to chop it up.
Yeah, man, it's so awesome. I mean, I think we met through a workshop of the Salons for Life, and yes. I think it was December or something, and it was actually really cool because I remember it was around close to Christmas, and it was nice because we were doing all these rhymes with you, and it kind of felt like a really nice way of kind of closing the year as well, and kind of getting ready for the new year, and it was really. I really like, and it was funny because I'm not the rapper of the family. That's Miguel.
But you got home really excited.
Yeah.
You told me about it, and you were like super excited, and you told me what you did, like the exercise, and writing the rhymes, and the way, BS kind of led the whole. Thing. Really cool. She was excited, definitely.
That makes me feel so good. I feel like that's one of my like ultimate goals, and like part of like my mission is I just want to. I hope my intention is to manifest like further creation from creators, from us like interacting, even if it's just a one-off. You know what I mean? And then we don't get the pleasure. Or in some cases, for some folks, maybe I don't know, maybe it just doesn't work for them. But that's such a high compliment to thank you. Like,
no, it's really.
I just want people to make shit.
Cool. Yeah, no, it was really, really cool because I mean, and then of course I looked you up, and that's kind of what you do, right? You do workshops in I think writing, hip hop, any sort of freestyling. You're also a beatboxer. I mean, you're just too many cool things really in one person. So tell us all about it. BS. What do you tell us what you do, because I think it's a pretty amazing wrap of everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Caro. Thank you. I'm
yeah.
Oh, you want me to rap it?
I would like well, you can rap it, but I was just kind of word joking with you that you have such a rap of things that you're doing. So, but tell us.
All right. So, my name is BS. My mother named me David. Most of my friends just call me BS. The short version is I love words. I'm a freestyler, MC. I started rhyming 15, 16, 17 some years ago, and then found my way into like the cross section with education. I was a classroom teacher. I taught second grade dual language, so it was like English and Spanish. That wasn't for me. Left that, but took all those tools with me. And then started working with a few nonprofits doing hip hop based like programming in like beatboxing, freestyling, songwriting, sometimes like loop station, like production in songs, which all of that kind of, French braids together. And then from there kind of started doing it on my own. I work with a few other entities. Been doing work with youth in the criminal justice system over here. I work with a company called Freestyle Plus, which is made up of members of the Broadway show Freestyle Love Supreme, which is created by Anthony Veneziali, Thomas Kail, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, before Hamilton, before In the Heights. So do corporate gigs, like workshops and performances with them. I run my own initiative, Freestyle Fitness, which has it's a friendly neighborhood rap gym. We got some virtual offerings. We've been doing more and more in-person stuff out here in New York, especially since the weather's been nice. So just like getting people outside and having fun and engaging with random folks. Been doing a bunch of been beatboxing for a very long time. Remind me to tell you the story of how I started beatboxing. I feel like I'm on a wave and I'll bring it back. And I'm an ADHD brain, so please feel free to you can rethread me. Yeah. You have my full permission. Freestyle fitness has been the main focus. I have a project called Props Game Show that we're bringing back later this year. So we've been called the American Ninja Warrior of freestyle rap. So having people do these crazy, ridiculous challenges, and that's the gist of it. And then beatboxing, which one of my absolute closest friends, his name's Gray Matter. Shout out to Gray Matter. We were in a duo called Brain Space, right? BS.
So cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Brain Space. Brain Space.
It's so cool. That's so cool.
But we were talking. We just finished maybe like an afternoon of street performances many years ago, and he would just look back at me. I'm like, no, bro. I asked you what you want to eat. Do you want pizza or do you want Chinese? I'm really hungry. Like, we need to figure out this food situation. So I started doing it back.
Yeah.
And then he just liked it, and I've been beatboxing ever since.
So do you ever have a normal conversation, or you just beatbox with each other?
No, we've had plenty of normal conversations, but this was there was definitely some beatbox language conversations happening too, for sure.
I love that. Because when did your love for hip hop started? Like when you were really young, you feel, or like what?
I was first exposed to hip hop at a pretty young age, but it was more like kind of radio, like rap music versus I guess like hip hop culture. Right? So in terms of like rap pretty early, the culture through skating, like aggressive inline skating, like from skate culture, the overlap between hip hop and skate culture was crazy. First time I heard The Roots was in a skate video, or like A$AP Rock or Sage Francis or Atmosphere, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Hieroglyphics, Living Legend, all of these like more independent. Pretty sure first time I heard I heard Nas on the radio, but then moving to New York, kind of already being a fan, and one of my first entries into hip hop culture outside of like the rap music is I convinced my parents, I think it was like first year of high school, to buy me a maybe like an 8x8 square of linoleum so that I could try to b-boy in the basement.
Was
that you too, Miguel?
Tell them your story. Like, how did you?
I think with me, maybe a little bit also like skateboarding, like street culture and all, but it came along with punk and hardcore. So hip hop, punk, and hardcore came in one package.
Oh, that's sick.
At my door through music. And then I got more involved with punk than I did with hip hop, but I always followed and always kind of represented hip hop in different ways. Let's say not only through music. And that was it. But it was like a lot of punk, a lot of rap, a lot of hardcore, and also like mainly underground bands. That's
awesome.
Bands. Because to me, the most important thing is the message, and it was always like that. So through hardcore and through punk and through rap, there's so many interesting bands talking about so many interesting subjects out there. But it's mainly underground. So, of course, if you listen to very mainstream projects, I think to me, I also listen to a lot of that music and I enjoy it, but it lacks of passion and revolution and I don't know, different things.
Yeah, I feel that. I
Skateboarding
feel that.
was also like somewhere there. I used to skateboard when I was a kid, and yeah, it came along with music and all.
Oh, dude, that's a beautiful mixture. That's a beautiful
In a nutshell.
mixture. And where were you geographically during this point in your life?
I was born in Portugal, so I was living in Portugal at the time when all these music and bands and artists came into my life. Yeah.
Dude, that's
And
sick.
how does it feel to live in the city where everything started in New York? Like for you, because it's like for me it's very different because we got everything delivered to Portugal through different ways, and back in the days there was tapes and there was like things weren't that accessible and easy to get, so maybe they're like someone that knew someone that went to the US that got a tape from this band, brought it to Portugal, and everyone just like listened to it like over and over again, and then you just share it with your friends at school and stuff like that. So it's very different compared to internet era.
100%.
Now, how does it feel for you to live in the city where all this beautiful movement started?
I love this place. I love this place. I've been here since I was 18, so I've been here half my life. I think September will be it'll be like half of my existence and growing up has happened in New York. I feel like when I never grew up on some, like, I don't know, I think some people are like, they know I'm a rapper and I'm gonna do that, and I kind of just looked up one day and kind of found myself in this space, and I don't think that would have been possible anywhere but here. For that length of time, just the way that I was able to kind of organically meet people doing the things, like DJs, beatboxers, MCs, just from like gatherings in the parks, you know what I mean? Like just, so it is really cool to have like that history. When I was probably circa 2010, 11, there was this institution in Harlem called the Hip Hop Culture Center. And I was able to rap in front of the Cold Crush brothers, which is like some wild, like Grandmaster Caz and like the remaining members of the Cold Crush brothers, which was a core memory. And then was also able to participate in like an event called Rapathon, which was like the longest group freestyle. So they would have people freestyling and trading off, but like I think it went for 30 some hours without stopping or some kind of like crazy but like things like just kind of finding myself in these situations. There was an event called Hip Hop Subway Series that one of my friend tours, Kid Lucky or King Luck, rest in peace. But he started this event called Hip Hop Subway Series where like folks would just meet up and then get on a subway car, take it from one place to another, and we would just jam. Like some people dancing, everything's just like no amplification. We're not asking for money,
Very,
Wow.
And I don't think I would have, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I would have been able to be so immersed in the culture as a whole, the way that I just kind of found myself there, I was an angry kid who just wanted to like battle and like at somebody and like have it be okay. That was my first start, and then through meeting all of these communities and all these different folks, eventually it was just kind of like, oh, this can be really fun. Like exactly. I don't have to be mad.
Different approach and a different exactly.
Right, there are more emotions that can be expressed through this craft and this art form than just me being angry. And there's nothing wrong with me being angry and expressing it, and there like more of a balance can be struck. So all of these kind of things fell into place for me, like here. I mean, it's crazy. Like you could go up to 1520 Sedgwick and Cedar. You could just take the train. You could go up there.
Yeah.
Go up to Harlem and to Dougie's Chicken and Waffles and go hang out with Dougie Fresh. Like, it's a magical place. I'm terrified to leave.
Yeah.
Which means I probably have to for at least a little while at some point, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up closer to y'all on the other side of the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. Just Amsterdam. You can always come to Amsterdam.
Keep us posted.
Yeah. Have a little break. But I think also what I loved about what you said something like when we're in the workshop, which I think the 10th of December is when you did it. And
Good
you
memory.
said, like, words matter. Something about like, we speak our own spells.
100%.
That's what you said. Mm-hmm. So I think like I'd love you to like kind of talk a little bit about that, like what that means, because I think it's what I felt from your workshop is like, I mean, I love hip hop and rap, and like it's especially also the culture. It's really my thing, and I've always really, I just really really love it. But for me, it was also just your creativity with words, like, and how good you are with words is like so much more than, like, of course it's amazing that you can beatbox and you have your hip hop and your freestyle, which you're obviously very very good at. But I mean, there is something that I felt like your love for words and what words can do, I think is I just really want to, specifically in a podcast where words also really matter.
Yes.
I'd love to talk a little bit about that, what you said.
Definitely. And I think that, words have a lot of power. Mm-hmm. The same way, they say keys open doors, please opens doors too, right? Like, mm-hmm. I feel like in line with kind of manifestation language, and this isn't so much where I grabbed it, but I do believe that we do speak our own spells, and that by repeating certain things, we give them more power. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really helped me a lot to be mindful and to work to be aware of what those things are, like especially the things that repeat, self-talk, like these sorts of things. Like the way that we engage with ourselves is also how we engage with the world, or at least it's like a lens or a filter. So I feel like we can speak to things, like to be able to create anything, you have to be able to see it here. Then you have to be able to language it, right? And then you can execute it. Once you can put it in language, you can share the vision. Like some things, I think just, again, by repeating them, they get more and more powerful. Like mm-hmm. telling yourself that you can do something, you know what I mean? Like looking at yourself in the mirror and just like, I'm one bad motherfucker. Like, I hope I can curse. I should have.
It's totally fine. We curse on this podcast. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. I should. My bad for not asking first. But I remember being in a party a long time. I used to smoke cigarettes, and now it's been, I don't know, 6 years. I don't know. It was hard, but like I remember at the time I was one of these like in betweens, right? Like and I was like, I don't know. And then my friend just goes, "Why don't you just like tell yourself, just say that you're done." Just like
speak
what
your own self. Yes.
What you say matters, right? What you say matters. And so what do you want? Not where are you now? Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And I think if we can't ask those things within ourselves, it makes it really hard to communicate those things to another human being. Mm-hmm. And I think often with spells, like we're trying to create something, and creation can happen in a vacuum, right? Yeah. Often we need help. We need teams. And I think that's part of that spell working, is to be able to clearly communicate what your vision is. What is the process there? What are the steps? And I don't know, for me, freestyle, songwriting, these have always been really helpful self-awareness tools for me. Once upon a time, I wrote a song called Away, Away, and I was surprised when the next weekend the relationship that I was in at the time ended, and all my friends were like, "Bro, you just wrote a song called Away,
hello,
Away last week," and for me, it was just like a thing, and I had to get it out, and then I felt better, and then I was sitting here, oh man, like, sometimes the rhyme knows before I know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that's also like the feeling of like, I guess, I don't know how you both write lyrics, but I mean, I have like a little bit of experience with it being a singer, but it's also about like, sometimes it's just, I feel like it's more like the heart has a connection with your hand or something, you know what I mean? And you do sometimes, like even with free writing, you sometimes just write, and you're like, whoa, like I didn't even know this was something that I'm going through or thinking, you know what I mean? So yeah.
100%. I feel it's like journaling, kind of, right? Like akin to journaling.
Yeah. Because how do you like? I think for you both, like I'm gonna ask you first, BS. Like, how is that process of writing lyrics for you? You know, like is it one like, okay, it's Friday night, it's my night that I write lyrics, or do you wake up in the middle of 4 a.m. and go like, oh my god, I got these lyrics in my head? Like, how do you go through that process for yourself?
I think it depends. There are certain points in life where I feel like the words are just coming, and it's like I just need to get it out of my head. It's a thing, and it needs to leave. Whether it's very, I guess like lower end of the emotional spectrum or higher end of the emotional spectrum. I've been playing with process a lot. So I have a workshop that I do virtually called Songwriter Stronghold. It's like a 4-week kind of song incubator accountability group. So I felt like I wasn't writing enough. And so I created a class so that I would have to make a song every month and like have people hold me accountable and us all hold each other accountable for doing it. So with that, I've been playing with my process now. So sometimes I always start with the beat. Sometimes I might have a concept or like an idea, something I want to talk about, but usually start with the beat. The beat will tell me kind of what to do. And sometimes it's bang, just go straight to the pad, type it out. Sometimes I'm on the subway, boom, do it on the phone, which all of these kind of feel different. They get different textures of my songwriting styles kind of out. And something I've been doing a lot lately too is just putting the beat on with the speaker and then grabbing my phone and turning the voice memo on and then just going gibberish into words. Sometimes like be able to catch whole verses in a scoop. There've been a few, but then I feel like I have all of the pieces. I can always go to the page. And then I can, if I get stuck at any point, I can go between the others or like, I don't know, sometimes, that's the flow. But okay, later over here, this flow is off, but that line was really dope. Okay, I want that. And to kind of like put it together. Or sometimes like we did in the workshop, I'll just start brainstorming. And or I think brainstorm feels a little violent. And we're watering the plants,
Yeah.
But sometimes just grab a bunch of pieces. Okay. And then go to a clean page and then just kind of, or just into the voice memo and go from there.
Yeah. Because your work is not just freestyle, right? BS. Like you also have, you're writing your lyrics, you're making your songs. Right?
Got some new music on deck, but so there has been some extra actual songwriting and not so much, I guess, exercise of songwriting, but like, oh no, there's cool. Like we shot some content for this. Like, whoa. So there'll be some more of that. But cool. Yeah. Miguel, what's your process like?
Yeah. Miguel.
A little bit similar. I already wrote lyrics in one go, and I wrote the whole song in one go. But most of the times it takes some time to finish a song. And a little bit what you said, like even today, I went to work by tram, and I brought my notebook and a pencil with me, and I was just writing just random rhymes. I had a theme and a topic like in my head, but I was just like writing without a beat. Nowadays, I only write songs while listening to the beat. So I no longer write 16 bars and all like without the beat. So it's always with the beat now, because then you can play already with the flow. You can play already with the words that you want to, highlight. So it's way better for the song, actually. Because sometimes when I did it in the past, then it sounded forced. It doesn't come out naturally because that metric and that amount of words and all, they weren't written for this specific beat or these BPMs or whatever. So it's a bunch of different techniques or different ways of doing things. But I've been pushing myself to write in a more creative way.
Nice. Oh yeah, pattern play is fun.
I want to say that it takes some time for me to write a lyric. So lyrics come out like harder and harder every time, I think. Maybe because I'm also more demanding with myself. I don't know. Maybe that's also why. But I really, really love that creative process. Way more than recording it. Way more than Of course, It's amazing to listen to the song already done and recorded, and wow, amazing. I'm really happy with the final result. But the writing is my favorite part of the whole process.
it's like you're in the mess. You're in the puzzle.
You're just figuring out like metrics and like sentences and words and then you get even frustrated with words that like, what rhymes with this word? I can't find like a word that rhymes with this word. But then when you do find a word and it really fits perfectly because that's exactly what you want to say, it's just like a really cool feeling and achievement to experience.
Because is your first language English, BS? Because you were just mentioning Spanish.
Yeah, English. Well, my mom's. Well, I guess I'm bilingual, so like it was English with dad, Spanish with mom.
Yeah, right. So do you write only in English or do you write in Spanish as well?
I'll write in Spanish sometimes, primarily in English. I was doing a session with a friend participant last night, and he speaks Spanish and French. So we started pulling up random word generators in Spanish, and I mean French for him too. But I can't enchanté, and that's about it. But but it's fun to play with. It's something that I'm trying to be conscious of working in, at least sprinkling in my freestyles. I don't know. I think representation is important, and it's a part of me. So there was a moment where I was kind of like, this is a part of me. Why is it not more a part of my art?
Yeah.
So been working on it.
And you're fluent in both languages then?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
My English is definitely more athletic. but yeah.
Because you can see the difference. For example, like Miguel's Portuguese, and I really see the difference because I unfortunately don't speak Portuguese so well, or I do understand it though, but like when he raps in Portuguese, he's like so passionate and like it's just like rah, and you can just see there's still that passion, but there's a distance when it's in English. And I'm sure probably also the lyric writing is a little bit more difficult because like I would then also help him with the English sometimes, and
definitely in English I lack of vocabulary, definitely. And sometimes I struggle with accent, so I want to sound American, but then I don't. And it's okay, but I try to, and I kind of sometimes it's a little bit frustrating. But obviously in Portuguese it comes out more naturally, and it's just like
even the flow is just different to listen
I know
to.
way more words and
but do you think
slang? Yeah, definitely.
100%. Well, the cadence, right? Like just the natural rhythm of the language totally shifts. Yeah.
Funny enough, even my voice changes.
Mine too. When I speak in Spanish, it shifts.
In Portuguese and my songs in English, the tone, the voice itself changes. It's funny.
Igual.
Yeah. Igual. Because like do you always use like so when you do like so this is good, like I'm getting back the why beatboxing, like how did that all start, but like do you always use your own beats or like you start with the beatboxing, or how does that work for you?
So if it's the kind of thing where and this has happened less frequently lately, but like I'm with a loop station, right, then I'll then build it from there. Freestyle, it could be anything. I have a playlist, like a freestyle fitness, like secret, like not so secret playlist with like 30 some hours of instrumentals on it. So those come from all over. When I write songs, I try to grab beats from producers, things that don't have samples. So after all of the recording and everything, like maybe it can be more monetizable, whether that be, like a sync license kind of thing, or even just streams, whatever. But just to not have to worry about, I don't know, although I guess it's a good problem. If you have a sample in your song and then someone's telling you to like stop, that means a lot of people saw it and a lot of people heard it. It's
a good sign in a way.
In a way, yeah. It's an obstacle and a compliment.
Yeah, exactly.
Like anything else, practice makes progress. Like there've been a lot of years of just playing with it.
Do you feel that OBS? Do you feel like you can learn to beatbox? Because I think you need to have some serious skill before you even.
I think you can absolutely learn how to beatbox. I think you can learn how to rhyme, it, written or otherwise. You can learn how to beatbox. I think a lot of beatboxing is it's muscular. So it's like finding the spot and then repeating that movement enough where then like these different muscles in your face can support that sound and clean it up. Like first started off as like a, you know, like there were a lot of different fart sounds before it became a trumpet. So just kind of like
You build it up.
I mean,
but foundations and
something that I'm so in awe with, you know what I mean? Because I used to, as a kid, I was like a total Michael Jackson freak, and he was, of course, like the master of beatbox. I mean, this guy, this is how he made his songs, like you know, and still like the whole beat that song, it just starts straight away with his like him beatboxing, and Michael Franti has an incredible beatboxer with him when he's on tour. I mean, I just absolutely, you know, we have a good friend, Louise.
Yeah.
Shout out to Louise. He's like such a great beatboxer as well, and but I've always just been like, I remember like, you know, when you are with like really good proper beatbox, you're like, is it really just coming from your mouth? Like
it's amazing to
so
watch.
Insane.
It's amazing to watch videos and stuff, but to witness someone beatboxing in front of you, like live, it's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, you feel the sound, right? Like
totally.
I guess we're like vibrational beings, and our molecules are all frequencies, and it's like you're beatboxing, you are literally changing the frequency at which you're vibrating, and when you do it through a system and people can literally feel it, you are changing the way that they are vibrating, which is why I think beatboxing hits the hardest. Like Miguel, like you just to the point you made, it hits hardest in person and amplified.
Way more magical.
And
it's amazing to see, I don't know, documentaries or short videos on YouTube, but the live experience, you can't beat that.
And something that I'm also really curious about, how you feel about BS. So what I kind of feel now these days, so it's like, so the, you know, what you said about the words matter, you know, and they really matter and stuff. But what I feel now as well is like, I think a younger generation, sort of the generation after us, I guess, is so used now to just writing, like texting, you know, like people are not really talking to each other anymore. So there is this sort of thing like, so I think the spoken word is getting like more rare, or like you can see that younger people have problems with even communicating, because it's like, no, I'm always just texting, or like how I call them, you know, like the sort of laptop or desktop warriors, you know, because they can only really just comment, or, you know, the haters on Instagram. I'm like, because I find communicating so important, and like, you know, using your words in the right way. How have you seen that change as well for you, like the meaning of words, or the spoken word, or like how do you feel about that?
I think it's interesting working with more youth again, because I used to do a ton of youth work, then the pandemic happened, and then, you know, obviously all of that stopped, and then but it's interesting to go back into youth settings, schools, whatever, and like there's kids who spent the better part of the last 3 years not being able to leave their houses. Like to me, I agree with what you're saying, and I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense, which I think makes modeling different communication styles all the more important. You know, but I do think that but at the same time, at least over here, right, like cursing doesn't hold the same weight that it did 20, 30 years ago. Like somebody's like, damn, you know, shit, don't do it, you know, like and then now it's like, at least maybe it's just a New York thing, but it's just like, you know, F-word phrases are greetings.
Just changed,
you know. So like I think that there is like a natural kind of evolution in terms of like language, and how language represents maybe values, or maybe, I don't know if that's the right word, but and then now we have this like slice of a generation who's had a very unique experience at a very unique time in their like very formative, unique time in their lives. And I mean, I think only time will tell ultimately, but it'll be interesting to see, and I feel optimistic because at least from the pandemic, there's this virtual infrastructure that is here to stay, and I think that's good. And I think that could be like a middle ground, like something like this, like what we're doing right now. I think could be a middle ground for a youth who, feels more comfortable kind of typing things out instead of, I've done Zoom things, right, where some kids won't even turn their cameras on, they won't turn the sound on, like, and what are you gonna do? Reach your arm through the screen and be like, "Excuse me, could you please?"
What's going on there? But do you feel like do people have more difficulties with expression, with words, because it's been so like easy to just write it or type it?
I think in terms of doing things in front of people, that I've noticed it even within myself. I spent 3 years rapping at a computer screen, and then the first couple of times where I was back in front of people, there was this extra jolt of energy, almost like you don't have like coffee or tea or something for a while. You have it, and then you're like, like there's there's this extra like shoo, like running through your body. It was like that for a little bit. So I mean, I noticed it even in myself, So I think that the expression more so, right? Because like the language is still preserved to a degree, right? It's still being typed out. It's still being written. It's leaving the vessel and it's being captured. But to your point earlier, right, with like cyber hate and like all of that, like a lot of those people would not speak that same way or communicate that same way in front of someone's face.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that there is that, like, there's a grit, I think, to being able to like, I said that, you know what I mean? Like
I said it.
And I think that is harder to come by now. It's something that I've had a few people comment in my freestyle fitness sessions, because like I don't do beginner classes. Everyone's in the same room. Like I like mixed cohort based learning, small groups. So you have people who just first walk in the door, you got people kind of in the middle, and then you got people who are more advanced who've been doing it for longer. And like I feel like it's important for the people walking in to be able to like do their thing with people who are going faster and lifting more weight. And it's important for the people running faster and lifting more weight to watch the people coming in, because we all came in that door. We all came in from the same place. So that's what people have been telling me, like, oh, it's like a little more like grit, like, oh, I got to really sit in my discomfort. And I have to watch others watching me sit with my discomfort.
That's an exercise.
So I mean, a little bit of a swerve away from the question, but
no, I love it. I love the the loop you're making here. It's really no, it's good. I mean, I think it's important to. It was just something that I really felt also in your workshop, but in general, like when you speak about words and spoken word, and even like the magic of spoken words, or even what you guys do with hip hop. I think that's why I find. Why I really love Miguel's hip hop, because we're both vegan and straight edge, and a lot of his songs and lyrics are about that. They're not about bitches and hoes and their fucking bombs or something, or sex, or any of that bullshit, or pimps. But it's really about life and making change in the world, and granola in a bowl. That's how you roll.
Exactly.
Like that kind of stuff. Like that's, and I find that. That's why I was so enthusiastic about your workshop, because I was like, oh my god, it's so amazing, because even for me, like putting things in words, and like it made my goals for the new year like even clearer, like, wow, I know what I want to do for the new year, because I was somehow able to express it, and I'm a singer, I'm definitely not a rapper, but of course I love to
You're
play.
really good at writing.
I do love
really
words.
Enjoy writing.
Really enjoy it.
Creative writing.
So that was something that I was so grabbed with it, really. It was really quite
I think like definitely words are very important, and that's how we verbally communicate with each other. And I've been mentioning like this COVID-19 era changed everything. Like the socializing became just very different. People wouldn't hang out, wouldn't see each other. And then a little bit like you said, like when you saw people again, it was different. You felt it different. There was something weird in a good way, because it's meant to be like that, but it was weird because we stopped getting used to it.
Yeah.
We got detoxed, and then we got retoxed.
Exactly. No, I think communication is key. It's the key to solve all problems, and you see that in the world, like all the wars there is, all the racism, all the bullshit that exists in the world. It's lack of communication or really bad communication.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or miscommunication.
So yeah, definitely words are important.
Yeah, they're power.
And rap music, or even like me coming from punk and hardcore, like lyrics are also like super important and powerful, and you can talk about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And express yourself in a very different ways that you wouldn't through other genres or through other ways. Music,
I think that's something that's
really
that
important.
How you described hip hop as well, right? As I was mentioning before, we saw a really old interview with you, and I think you said of all kind of, I guess, music forms, hip hop really is that so lyrical and so like everything is about the words, right? That's kind of
there's so much more that not that you can do, because I think you can take a lot of like language devices and apply them in different contexts, but I don't think that there's a vessel like hip hop and rap within hip hop culture where people come with the expectation of, the language things are going to happen. And sometimes that might just be somebody just having fun, and the lyrics are more just I'm having fun, versus like somebody really going into the rabbit hole of something and just kind of pulling things out and exploring. And it's a vehicle for storytelling. It's a vehicle for expressing one's truth, to be able to heal oneself and others. Someone once told me, when you put your truth in your art, warts and all, like you heal people who are like you. And that's something that always stuck with me,
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Because sometimes, right, like that most vulnerable, scary thing to capture and then share.
Yeah.
Like, discomfort is often the birthplace of brilliance, right? Like,
totally.
Yeah. So I love just the plasticity of language that can be emphasized in rhyming. You can be musical, you can be technical, like you can focus on, there's so many, like, it's almost like a video game where it's like you could just keep stacking all of these things, and it's like multiplier, 2 times 2 times 3 times 4 times, double entendre within a concept in the story, all of the syllables rhyme, like, as a reference to something said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, totally. So, and if I would ask you both, like, if what does hip hop really mean to you? Like what, like not the like what does hip hop mean, but what does it mean to you? Like how has it? I'm sure it's shaped you to who you are today. So, you want to start, Miguel?
Yes, revolution.
Revolution. Yeah. But for you, has it revolutionized you also?
It changed me, yes. But you asked me what does it mean?
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
For me, it means revolution.
Yeah, in what way?
Because like the lyrics I write, they're meant to change the world. Because hip hop changed me, and because hardcore and punk changed me, I just want to give back. Yeah, so what I'm giving back is the same I got from it, which was like revolutionary lyricism, which is not the only thing that exists in the whole hip hop box, obviously. Yeah. So sometimes I also listen to music that don't necessarily mean a lot, or the lyrics are not that important. Yeah. Which is also enjoyable and cool and okay. But for me,
hip hop is revolution.
And the bands and the rappers that I came across. Yeah. They're all the type of rap or hardcore or punk that I like. It's meant to change the world and to shake things up.
Yeah. What about you, BS?
I funks with that.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's acceptance. I was embraced by hip hop culture and community at a time where I felt like I wasn't being embraced for who and what I was anywhere else by anyone else, not my family, not, you know what I mean? Like, um, and it started as like a thing for me just to like do. I just felt like I needed to do this thing, you know. I didn't start with like career aspirations, so I try to model the things that I do to give the love and acceptance that I received. That hip hop was probably the hip hop was like the second thing to save my life, you know. And so for me, I feel very strongly about the culture and the tenets of the culture and passing that tradition on. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy all of the educational work and like kind of that cross section, to be able to just expose people to different ways of doing things. You know, like I don't know, like youth. I would work with youth, like love a lot of drill music. Like they're in gangs, drill, and like to me, drill is just, the way I see it is it's a particular production style with a few flows that go really well over it, and you can insert anything into those sounds. Like you can insert any message into that frame, right? And just kind of showing people that there are other options, but not forcing it, just putting them on the table and allowing them the opportunity to make the choice to grab it. You know, I think that's really important. Just, you have to let people be themselves. You have to let people make their own choices. You gotta let people say what they need to say before they're gonna consider something else, whether it comes from me or from anywhere else. So love and acceptance, and the, authenticity. You know, like reminding folks that just you are enough as you are. Like I feel like living your truth in art is the most hip hop, the most punk, the most hardcore shit that you can possibly do. Is just be your fucking self. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Acceptance is a really good answer.
But I think also and feeling acknowledged and embraced and recognized for it also, you know, I think that
definitely had to work for it.
That's, I was going to say, it's probably also really what it was like for you, you know, like, I could really, I can really, you know, imagine that. So, and do we, like, you both have, because you both have music that we can listen to, right? Like do you have that as well, BS? Like you have like
yeah.
And we can put them in our in the show notes. And
do
you guys need to one day rap together?
We should.
Yes.
Really.
I'm here for it.
Where do you have your songs available? Like mainstream platforms like Spotify and stuff?
Yes, Spotify. Let me drop a link, because you type in BS. You already know.
Exactly. We know this.
Okay.
Lots of other stuff is happening.
But I'll drop that link for you.
Yeah, cool. So then we can.
We will have same. It. I need to write my name plus the name of the album. So,
Otherwise,
that's your you. Is that what you're doing? Yeah.
That's literally what I just.
That's it. That's the.
Thanks for that. Thank you. No, we definitely want to share it. And I mean, I want you guys to come back anyway. There's two more things I want to ask. One is actually, it's really cool. It's a quote from yourself, VS, but it's like, it's your quote, and now it's going to be a question for you both. So that's really cool. So you said, which I love, like, I don't know where I found this, probably on your website or something. Mantra is the chorus, visualization is the verse. What do you want for yourself moving forward? Question mark. David B.S. Bradshaw. So, I'm just giving you your own quote back. Tell us all about yourself moving forward.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Amazing quote, by the way. Freaking love it. Because mantra is my thing. So I love it.
Thank you, fam. That's it makes me feel good. You know, when the medicine comes back around, it's like, it usually means it's good medicine.
Very good medicine. Very good steroids.
yeah, right?
On your shoulder, yeah.
But moving forward, I want to be able to, I want to expand and do more stuff in the EU, honestly. Like,
awesome. We're waiting.
Yeah. I want to do more stuff in the EU. More immediately, we're going to be releasing some of these new records There's 4 songs, so not too many, but we'll start in the next couple months, like releasing them. And I just want to reach as many people as possible. So it's time to jump across continents, do a little bit more moving, and then maintain. Like I have this vision for freestyle fitness where there are just other coaches other than myself, and we've got like sessions running at times that would work for folks in the EU, sessions that would work for folks over here in the US, like, and kind of stretch that out. Yeah. Do more conferences. I had the privilege of doing a guest lecture at Manhattan College with my homie Dr. Ian Levy, and I got to work with some high school counselors and like help kind of break them into like freestyling and kind of brain raining and creation. So like more of these like academic intersections and education intersections. So and more performance. I'm trying to. We've got BS the songs set. Yeah. And then I'm crafting, BS all off the head set. And then building like something like similar for freestyle fitness so that I can have like a framework that my participants can like graduate to. Like a performance framework. So really, really excited about those things and bringing the game show back. So that's a lot.
Amazing.
The actual songs you have, do you plan to play live, to tour the world, or those songs are just okay, they're recorded for you to share with the world, but then you will only do workshops and conferences and stuff like that?
You should have your own podcast.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
That's a good question. I definitely want to release them and share them with the world. If a tour opportunity were to present itself and it made sense with all of the teaching and all of the scheduled gymnastics, would definitely be down for that. That would be super dope. My vision is to be able to go to a place, do the workshop, rock the show, hang out with beautiful people, and go skate.
Well, we're ready. Amsterdam is ready for you, BS. I'm telling you, but we're warming it up for you, man. We're warming this shit up. Miguel, what about you? What is your visualization? Is diverse. Tell us.
I see myself keep doing what I'm doing now. So like recording new songs, keep writing. I want to play live again. I want to tour more. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna focus on like a full album. What I've been doing is I've been releasing kind of video clips. So I finish one song, I release a video clip. I finish another song, I release a video clip. And these songs aren't even available at the moment on Spotify or anywhere else. Just a video and just a song.
Cool doing it this way,
but whenever I have like, I don't know, 10 songs or 12 tracks or whatever, I might put them all together and then release an album. But instead of waiting like 3 years for 12 tracks to be ready, I've been just sharing the video clips with everyone. And I think I want to keep doing it, and play live. Definitely.
Very cool. I hope you guys can get together one day. Like that's what my hope. If you want more EU stuff,
let's tour together.
I'm down. Come here.
It'll be fun.
You guys can do
That'll be fun.
It'd be super, super, super cool.
I mean, I'll be in Malaga for a few weeks in September.
That's very close.
It's close enough.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, if you feel like a little adventure, you're always welcome here. Always, 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 always. Our house is your house.
Thank you, fam. Thank you.
Either as in working, like doing some workshop, or like holidays.
So more holiday, but I've been going the last few years to this really sick. It's called blading camp, and so it's like a rollerblade quad skating camp.
So you're really into the scene then. You're really, really into the scene.
Yeah, and we've been talking about maybe doing a beatbox workshop as a part of that week of programming, like with them. So a little bit of collab there, but my girlfriend is German. So I'm in a long distance situation. So a lot of like my extra time in Malaga will be so that we can have the time together.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if I slip and fall into a workshop that I'm here for it. I'm down.
Yeah, totally.
I've been told I'm a workaholic. I don't know, but like yeah. But Malaga, I love Malaga. Oh my God.
Cool. Yeah, that's really really nice. First of all, I want to thank you so much, BS, for taking the time. Like, I really freaking loved you from the moment you arrived on that Zoom screen on the 10th of December, apparently. And we were trying to kind of like get together it's now the 28th of July, so for a while. Took a while, but here we are. And we really want to come to the US. You really want to come to the EU. So, a real life IRL. It will happen anytime soon. So I really want to thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you
for having me.
I think you do incredible work. I especially love what you do for youth and incarcerated youth specifically, because I think that these guys need, a way of expressing themselves, and they're being, it really, really upsets me how they're being looked at in a way that I'm like, you don't even know, like, so always so judgmental and always so like, oh yeah, these guys are I've done a lot of work, yoga work, theater work, and all kinds of stuff in prisons, and it's always been like, it's changed my life forever, and I think it's so important that we get like creative projects to them, because I specifically youth.
Preach.
High freaking five to you for doing that.
Can I ask you something? Like, are most prisons open for that kind of stuff?
So I have never done work in the prison.
Okay.
So I've been more in youth detention centers, like group homes, or a part of like a community alternatives program. So like some of these youth, they might end up in prison or like something further, but they're still in that court system.
But I mean, like, music is so extremely healing, and like, I've seen like a documentary with Jai Uttal, who's of course a kirtan and mantra musician from he's he's very famous in the yoga world, I guess. And what's happening to these men who are exposed to this is like so beautiful to see. So I mean, music is healing anyway, so I think that's
and
so good.
Mostly like for kids, like and I don't know what happened to the world, but like most kids, I find them bored all the time. I don't know what happened, but kids now are really bored. And I think that's such a cool exercise with words, with music, with
and just being able to express themselves, like in that way.
Exactly.
100%.
I think it's really
I think it's really important.
So you do amazing work. It's unbelievable how much you do, and you're only one person, but I know the feeling. And
thank you, my friend.
I see you, boo. And I just want you to keep going, and maybe we can finish. I hope to have you back also, because there's way more questions, way more to talk about.
Let's do
part two for sure.
I would love to come back. I would love to come back.
Another 6 months of
exactly. We'll go back and forth again. But can we finish with some kind of freestyle or something like that? I'm sure the listeners would love it, and I'm here for it.
Basically. Absolutely. Let me see. Do you want me to play a beat from my side, or?
Sure.
But I guess let me do if we're gonna do a freestyle, let's do it like this. Could I get? I don't know. What's something that means something to you, like a word, like talk about we're speaking our own spells. What are some? Give me a word that we need to throw into a spell.
Like for you too.
For me, yoga and animals is what I live for.
All right. Yoga, animals. I dig it. Mm-hmm. All right, Miguel, how about you? Punk. Yeah, let's go. All right, yoga, animals, punk, and I think for me, something that means a lot to me, clarity. Clarity. All right, so we'll go yoga, animals, punk, clarity, and let's see what happens. A little freestyle experiment. Hey, voice is okay? Levels are alright?
Okay.
Alright, cool. Alright, yo, this is BS with his besties. Yo, flexibility, yo, we stay flexy. They try to move, but we hit them with the hold up. But that's alright, we flexible because we practice yoga. Alright, yo, we moving on mañana. I'm taking a deep breath, practicing my vipassana. Yeah, that's it, downward dog. And then moves, out goes a log. I'm just joking, yo, that was kind of the shit. But right there, I guess we gotta go and get it picked. Yo, this is BS coming right about the mandible. I'm like Noah, the way I bring these animals. Yeah, they're looking at me like it's after dark, but that's alright, because like fireflies, I got the spark. Yo, coming through, all within reach, just like an animal, showcasing my claws and my teeth. Yeah, but just like a lion, yo, it's all pride. Electrified the way that I'm syncing up with the vibe. I'm feeling so good, and I stink like a skunk. It's hot out here, but yo, up jump the punks. I do it what I gotta do because I'm feeling worthy. Speaking of punks, I drop kick someone like a Murphy. Yeah, I go ahead with the answers. Get a mohawk like the lead singer from Rancid. While we at it, yo, it's not embarrassing. Transparency, yo, I'm looking for that clarity. Yeah, clarity, that's what I'm going in. Just like it was some kind of qubit zirconium. Clarity, yo, I'm trying to see things clear. And out my eyes, 2020, I want to see people smiling ear to ear, cheersing with their beers, doing what they gotta do and saying, here, here. Because that's the place of the joy. Anywhere we go is just shouldn't be devoid. Yeah, flexible like yoga. Bring it back to the animals, and yeah, I showed up. Me, I'm feeling kinda funky. I like to throw shit around, kinda like I was a monkey. But yeah, I go ahead and I hit it. Bring back the clarity, yo. This is 2020 vision. Bah. Only BS you can trust. Yoga, animals, punk, clarity.
Love it. Keep it up, so, yo. Sparky came like, yo, what the fuck? This was good.
Thanks, fam. That was fun.
Sparky was like, hey, this is a co-host moment.
Sparky! Sparky makes his cameo.
Yeah, it's like
improv.
Yes, that's
Yes, Sparky.
Aww.
Oh.
Thank you so very, very much for your time, and like you're amazing. I also love what you said this thing as well, this other thing you said in the workshop, and I use it a lot because of yoga. You said like, if it's not in alignment, I don't want to find it.
Yes.
It's so great because I use it a lot in yoga actually, guys. If it's not in alignment, we're not gonna find it.
I don't want to find it. Hey.
I don't want to find it.
Thank you.
I paid attention. You notice? You know, I do.
Yeah.
I made notes and everything. I did.
Thank you so much.
I come prepared. Anyway,
I really appreciate both of y'all. This was such a delightful conversation, and I look forward to doing it again.
I cannot wait. Also, I really want to see you skate. I'm like, I don't know if you can see, but I'm quite
Yes.
Roller skating. Love the roller skating. Yeah, let's stay in touch, man. Like, thank you so much for doing this. I'd love to have you back. Also, I might just send you a message about some of the things, some of the name drops you've done and stuff. I just like to have like the proper links for the show notes and stuff. But when I start editing, I might just, send you a message. Oh,
hit me up whenever.
Yeah, might need a few links. But we're gonna edit it, and then from September onwards, I'll have like
Cool. Let me know, and I'll plug it into my mailing list. And
yeah, totally, super cool. And so, where's your girlfriend in Germany? Where in Deutschland is she?
She is outside of Frankfurt, Gießen.
Oh, so you literally have a relationship in the EU.
Yeah. I have so many reasons to be over there.
I just want to say, there was definitely EU kind of just grabbing you, man. Woo. I'm here in Deutschland.
He's calling.
Well, if you're ever in Deutschland, you're very close to Amsterdam. That's for sure. So.
Yeah, I gotta come kick it with y'all in Amsterdam, and y'all gotta come kick it with me in New York.
Yeah. Look, that's where the kitchen is. We're gonna cook you up some food, and we're gonna have a great time. Like it will happen. And also, I mean, my love for New York is like bigger than New York. and the whole world together. Like I freaking love. My teachers are there. They're in Woodstock.
Nice.
So I gotta, and I've actually been invited to come and teach on this amazing festival in New Jersey. So maybe next year, who knows? But
all of this is
I will
like,
let you know.
Please.
Let you know.
Please, 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 please. I think there's a lot of fun event stuff. You know what I mean? Like just hip hop shit that I think y'all would enjoy. So please, you're over here. Please let me know.
Yeah, BS tour guides. That's for sure. We'll be up for that.
I'll flex my ambassador muscles.
Yeah, exactly. Put some steroids on it. You'll be fine. Have a lovely afternoon, my friend, and we stay in touch.
I look forward to it.
Thank you for this.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Sparky.
Yeah. He's out now, but yeah, he's fine.
Sparky's left the chat.
Part two. It's happening.
Until then.
Ciao. Thank you all so very much for listening to Go For Your Life. I really appreciate it. And if you liked it, you know what to do. Please leave a review, leave a comment, share it amongst friends, do whatever you can do to support me and this podcast because it is my life. Thank you very much, Miguel, for doing the editing. Thank you so much, Maria, for your beautiful designs. Thank you, Sparky, for being the best co-host ever. Thank you, Animals Worldwide, for your daily inspiration to keep me going, for always putting that fuel in me. Thank you so much, because we know the drill, right? Namaste, vegan. Go, 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 for your life. Go, go, go.